What's popping, y'all? We're fully in the streamer plot where the dads of the content creators are beefing with guys that are involved with their children. Like, we've gone past Jersey Shore reality TV where it was just the people on the show. Their parents weren't even involved. We don't know who Mike the Situation's dad is. Hopefully he's still alive and they still have a strong relationship. But this started off with Cinna, who is a close friend of Your Rage. Her dad calls out this dude Mizkif.
So once again, Mizkif, you know what I'm saying? So I was sitting here, y'all, minding my business. I'm laying on my bed, thumbing around through TikTok, and I come across a TikTok of Mizkif talking about my daughter and Bonnie, and talking about how, like, when they first met each other, you know what I'm saying, Bonnie hated Cinna and da-da-da-da-da. And he said, because Cinna, he said, we were at a party and Cinna was jumping all on my and da-da-da-da, right? And he was like talking about my daughter like she's some sort of freak and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? But hey, what up? But then next thing you know, like, you know what I'm saying, he's going on to say, like, yeah, then they didn't talk for like 3 years. And then all of a sudden I hear that they're going to be roommates. Like, how fake is that? How fake is that? Because Bonnie hated her because she was on my... Like, you know how much of a you sound like? You Wendy Williams whole mother. Like, you know what I'm saying? And for real, because, like, for one, of course it's going to piss me off because that's my daughter. You know what I'm saying? But let's be real. You a f***ing man, bro. You a man, and that's your content? That's your content is gossip about two girls that are friends and they're roommates because they can't be friends. How could they be friends? How come nobody likes me? They're friends? Like, you's a herb. You a herb, bro. You's a...
So, this all starts off with Mizkif telling a story. So Mizkif tells a story about how Cinna was all over him. So a little bit of context is important here. This goes back, because Mizkif doesn't tell the story for no reason. This goes back to a friend and roommate of Cinna named Bonnie. A clip would come out during a Plague Max song wars where this guy named Brady Goo, he would diss this guy's girlfriend, or I think they're girlfriend, boyfriend, I don't know, Bonnie, and play this audio clip.
He was actually 16. I thought he was 17. He lied to me. He was a virgin, and I took his virginity. But like at the time, my mentality was like, okay, I don't have casual sex, but this is like my only time to like have sex with somebody who's younger than me, do the cougar thing, and never see him again, and no one ever know about it. Just for like the experience. Yes, I do swallow. And so I did it. And then like right when he left the next day, I was still on the train for 2 days, and the second day I met Mouse and I didn't have sex with Mouse. So I was like, okay, I'm too much of this. Like I just felt like perfect, you're funny. But yeah, he was like some cute little 16-year-old. And
so this girl Bonnie, she was 18 or 19, and then this is like the way that she talks about the situation where she took some 16-year-old dude's virginity, like, oh, this is controversial, and people were calling this predatory because they're saying, hey, look, even if this is legal, the way that she described it was, yeah, you know, I wanted to do the cougar thing. So in her mentality, it wasn't, oh, you know, I'm just with a guy that's a year or two younger than me, we're in the same age group. No, she's like, oh yeah, this guy's way younger than me, described from her own perspective. And this is a friend of Cinna's. And XQC would even press Cinna about it.
Jesus. Chat. Guys, history repeats itself. Brother, this is like a classic Austin. It's a classic LA. It's a classic OTV, OTK. Bro, this is the most classical classic that you'll ever see.
I'm talking about it on stream. I don't know what's going on. It's on her at that point to deal with it, and she asked me not to. Like, beyond that.
Okay, Cinna, I have to call you out on your. I have to call you out. You literally made a public statement about not wanting to be friends with Aiden or close to Aiden or whatever because of, oh, I don't agree with what he does or what he says or what he did in the past or whatever. So I got to be hands off, whatever. You hear the most outrageous shit about somebody who's close to you, and now it's they got to deal with it. But I will enjoy the comfort of the current status quo. Come on, bruh. Listen, when I've been saying this for years, if you cash in a W to look good sometimes, it means you also cash in the L when you look bad. It is what it is. You cannot get it both ways. You can't try to appear a certain way to get W's and then flip around and also get a W on the reverse. Like, there has to be some sort of standing on business. Because that's what it means, stand on business. It means that when you rise, you look cool, but you can fall.
I don't know why you think I'm being a bad friend.
It's why I don't partake in any of this.
If she asks me something, then I'll say something. If you don't, like, use your brain for a second. You know what I mean?
What was that mean?
That is a grown woman.
Put me
She
in the clip
specifically asked me
XQCL.
to handle a certain way. What do you want me to do? But then at the same time, you know, I'll say this. I'm not gonna let my chat be filled with a bunch of people. I'm gonna just handle it how I handle it. But like, yo, use your brain for a second. You don't.
Yeah, but why would the person involved tell you how to operate around it? You know what I mean? I feel like that's also a problem. Like, so does that make sense? Why would the person currently involved in that, should you take their word for it and just and then operate the way they want you to? They are the most biased person to talk to about how you should operate because they're the one that's the most involved. That makes no sense.
So this was in all fairness. He's like, yo, you couldn't even kick it with Aiden Ross because Aiden Ross, Bruce drop him off and cuff him. They would come into her like Discord call because they were in a Discord call for a bigger event. I think Jinxie was hosting a tournament. Jinxie was hosting. And she was like, no, we're not friends. Like we don't have any problems or anything like that. So XQC's like, yo, Aiden wasn't doing anything like this. And this girl, you're living under the same roof and you got nothing to say. Suddenly, you don't have to make any public statements. So Mizkif would give the story of these two now.
All right. And again, this isn't really at Cinna at all. I don't have a problem with Cinna. This is not about Cinna. It's about Bonnie. And it showed me that she is very fake. This is when I really got a first glimpse of this. Okay, so 4 years ago, I was at a Simply party. Simply was basically having this big party where he was having this like giant thing that you can go to. It was in Austin, Texas, and like you were able to go there and streamers and viewers were able to go, right? So like hundreds of people showed up where Simply was performing, right? He was performing in downtown Austin, and obviously I'm gonna go. He is my close friend. So I went down there to Simply's party, classic when things happen at Simply's party. And when I get there, I get like a VIP spot, right? So I get to go up top. And I went up top, and I'm hanging out with Bonnie. So I brought Bonnie to this whole thing. Me and Bonnie went down there. And we're on the top while Simply's performing, and it's fun. And this is the first time that I ever met Cinna. So I met Cinna that night. And when I met Cinna, she was all over me. And when I say all over me, I mean she wouldn't stop being all over me and talking to me. It was insane. It was ridiculous. And the entire time, me and Bonnie were looking at each other like, what the f is this girl doing? It was ridiculous. So we left the party, and Bonnie starts immediately talking Cinna about how she's a fake, how she's a clout demon, how she hates this girl, all this crap, right? She hates her so much, and she wouldn't stop hating her for 3 years, okay? For 3 years, she hated her because of this one moment, and Bonnie was like, you are the fakest. This girl is so fake. This girl is gross. They hated each other. I think Cinna started to realize it because Bonnie's very open when she hates people, and Bonnie never liked her, wouldn't talk about her, and thought that she was just gross and grimy and a leech, all right? One night, this is about 1.5 years ago, Russell has a party in my backyard. A lot of people show up. And Cinna and Bonnie both show up. Bonnie starts drinking. And when Bonnie drinks, she gets pretty violent. I'm just saying that, okay? And she gets pretty violent. And she tried to fight Cinna that night. She tried to fight Cinna at my pool. Here's the proof. This is me messaging Emmy. Sorry, Cinna and Bonnie just got into town into a fight. Bonnie basically tried attacking Cinna. OMG, what the f? Yeah, people came over and Bonnie ended people over for her. So I'm just like texting. I'll tell you when I'm free, right? So I'm literally telling Emmy that Cinna and Bonnie are into a fight, a fist fight. Bonnie tried to straight up fight Cinna at my pool party because she hated her so much from 3 years ago and thought she was a clout, leech, fake who came into Austin, Texas and grinded on me and was basically from the get-go a freak. That ended, right? I talked to Cinna. Cinna like really wasn't doing anything, and Bonnie was just trying to fight her.
So the reason why Mizkif is even involving himself in this is, number one, Mizkif decided that he's going to go not scorched earth. He's slowly heating up the temperature, you know, like the frog in the boiling water, which apparently I learned the other day that thing is not true. It's completely fake, which that's news to me. But listen, somebody let me know in the comments, is it actually real or not, the frog and the boiling water? But in this story, Mizkif, he was the motion man. This is the context, important context here. He was the motion man in 2020. And then now, Bonnie, the girl that we just talked about, Cinna, and Emiru, who was the girl that he was dating that exposed him, and he's saying lied on him, and he's suing her now because she said like that he SA'd her when he didn't, and he stopped. Like he was trying to get with her, and then he just completely backed off. And they're all friends now. So he's like, I'm going to make their lives hell. So he's talking about Cinna, who was nobody back then. And this is the thing about streaming. So for some context for her pops, is back then, you either were elite at a game, were an OG streamer, or you social climbed your way into having a streaming career. There was really no other way to do it. Or some streamers were already popping on YouTube, and then they started streaming, and then they social climbed in the streaming space. Or they slowly, like for example, Flight, So Illuminati, these guys were on completely opposite sides of Twitch, and they had their own audience, but it came from YouTube mainly. So at this time, it was completely different days in Twitch, and Mizkif was that guy. He knew everybody. He had 20,000 plus viewers at any given point in time. If you were a girl that got on his stream, you were going to blow up. It was a matter of how big you were going to blow up, not if you were going to blow up. So Mizkif lying about this doesn't make sense. And the reason why he tells the story like this is, well, it's an honest part of the story. And he needs to give context to people of, hey, look, this is why it's weird to me that these two chicks that were going to run a fade, they were about to fight, are living under the same roof, being besties all of a sudden. It doesn't make sense to me. And that's all fair. And then the call even gets interrupted by Cinna.
And if you see me at any of these cons, don't come up to me again. Hey, Mr. Hoodie, Miss Cinna's dad, so cool. Like, hold on, that's my daughter again. Oh boy. Hello?
Hey,
What up?
look at your phone. I'm gonna text you something. But you don't gotta, listen, you don't have to give anyone attention for anything, just so you know.
No, I know.
You hear me?
I know, bro. I mean, bro, not bro. baby. I talked to Moog before I went live, and I told Moog, I was like, yo, I know my daughter would not even want me to address this. You know what I'm saying? And I know that. I know you're above this. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, you know, you're my daughter, and I saw this. And you know what I'm saying? And it was disrespectful as hell. And not only was it disrespectful, but like I say, I'm just putting it out there. Like anybody that like that's if you're a dude and that's your content is being a you know what I'm saying, talking about some two girls being friends because they don't like you, because real you know what I'm saying, from the early days, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, you've always let me know that you ain't really with Mizkif like that.
So the dad here just looks, it's just a terrible look for the father. You're upset at a guy telling a story which you don't even have the full context of, I don't think, and you're calling him. This is the craziest thing. This guy's not even. We're not doing the grown man. This guy's daughter is a grown woman. That's what, 30 years old, and he is on stream getting upset because she was going for another guy. And now you're upset at him, and you're like, yo, if you don't talk to me at none of these cons. So who is quote unquote lamer? The guy that's a streamer, that's been a streamer for 8+ years, that's known for doing drama like this, that's known for telling these type of stories, him doing this, or you being on stream and going to these cons and saying, don't push up on me, acting friendly at these cons. What? What are you doing in this universe? I'm not saying an older individual can't stream. It's like, dog, the lack of self-awareness here is insane. And Cinna knows this is true, but she also knows that Mizkif could probably expose a lot of other things, because the one thing she didn't do when she called her father was deny it. And she didn't speak on it when Mizkif first told the story, because and it's in her best interest to just ignore Mizkif entirely, because this guy knows too much. Right now, he's blackballed from this guy had to move to Kick because Twitch people, they didn't even want to work with him anymore. He became radioactive. He became public enemy number one for all of the people that used to like him and used to collaborate with him, and Cinna being one of those people. And Mizkif would respond to the situation.
Look how fast she called him. You see how, look how quick she calls him. He got the boss call real fast on it because she knows. She knows.
Oh boy. Hello?
Hey,
What up?
Notice how she didn't say it's not true?
I'm saying, but the thing is,
Look, I'll say this. I have nothing and no ill will towards her father. I think that her father is upset, and her father is saying things because he is her father, and that's just it. So I have really nothing to say. I mean, I think that I understand. I get it. It's her father, and he's upset, and that's what fathers do, and she's going to defend her. That's it. Let's get back to the markets.
And surprisingly, he addressed it very maturely. Like, yeah, he had to get his joke off and say, yeah, you know, he got the boss call. He got the boss call real quick from her, and she didn't deny any of it. But here, Mizkif is being completely fair. And this is the thing. This guy is talking about it like, yeah, you know, this is your content. Like, you're a herb. This is how you know this guy's old. Like, using the word herb, I haven't heard that word in forever. But that's not even the guy's content. In all fairness, that dude Mizkif, his content is really just, he'll have chicks on, but he'll never tell stories about chicks that he was getting with. He hid a girlfriend that he had for like 2 years. So he's never the guy that's talking about stuff like, yeah, you know, I got with this chick, and then I got with that chick, and then this chick was all on me. He's never really been like that. And even chicks that he is with, it would be vague. Like, I think he's had like 2 Asian girls on his streams recently, and he just labels them something else, doesn't even make it seem like they're in a relationship, leaves it vague, like creates this storyline for the viewer, or creates this open loop for the viewer to fill in whatever details they feel like is the truth. So the dad even got the guy's content completely wrong. So yeah, the dad's overreacting, but really this is the behavior of his daughter. So he should be upset with her. He's like, yo, you told me that you didn't even like this guy like that. So this is the worst part. So if she was telling her dad that she didn't like the guy like that, and then she was all over him, well, that's a your daughter thing, not a him thing, is it? But of course, he's not going to get mad at his little old girl or tell his girl, come on, you tripping. Like, why would you tell me that if you were going to be all over the guy? No, he has to come online and get angry at the guy for telling a story that has nothing to do with him. Craziness. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see you on the next one.